Hi everyone, I'm Professor Hall and welcome to Contemporary World Literature. We're not going to meet for a little over a week, but Blackboard is opened up now, and so I wanted to do a quick walkthrough so that if you wanted to check out our Blackboard course ahead of time before classes start, you can get in there and click around and feel a little bit more comfortable. So let's get started. There are a few things that are not done quite yet because Blackboard was not set to open up till Monday, and it's Friday as I'm sending this to you. But I will show you where everything will be, and then I'll show you what the under construction part will look like when it's all done. So if you haven't taken classes with us before, Blackboard is our LMS. That stands for Learning Management System, and it looks like this. Basically means that all of the materials for online courses and most of the materials for in-person courses are here on Blackboard. Each one of these is called a course shell. So I'm going to click into our course, and there it is. Welcome to World Lit. So this is our home page, and I'm going to enter the student preview so that it looks like what it'll look like for you guys. On the home page, we have the announcements. So any announcements I put will come up there. To do and tasks and alerts. And then also I've put in here for you the academic computing hours. Those are times that you can use the computer lab in Elston, which is on the 5th floor. So Elston is the building with the main entrance and the cafeteria. If you go past the cafeteria, the elevator in that dark hallway goes up to the 5th floor. So if you're having problems with your computer at home, or if you're on campus and you want some computer time, you can go up in there. Also, here are links for the learning centers. So if you're having some difficulty with this class or another class and you need tutoring, or you need the writing center, math lab, all of those things are right there linked for you, so you can find them anytime. So that's our homepage. Syllabus and calendar. Your syllabus is up right now, and that has the description for the course and all of the rules for the course. So my shining face right there with my glasses on, my contact information, my office hours will be there as well, the course description and the goals for the course, so what we hope you learn by the time we are done with the class. The course materials, so all of our books are listed right there. Those came out in the announcement as well. How you're graded, types of assignments, homework policy. We have it for this semester, an in-person mask policy, the disability information. If you have a differing ability or a disability or a difference, you can find the information for the ADA office there. And other campus support services as well. So if you want to talk to TRIO, tutoring, math and accounting lab are there if you need them, not for this class, but maybe for another one. The writing center and the learning center and the writing lab. We also have online tutoring as well. So if you don't have time to stay on campus, when you're here, you can do online tutoring if you need that. Success Center and academic advising, and a little bit of a explanation about the difference between those two offices and when you go to which one for some extra help and support. Also have a thing here about syllabus changes. So basically, that's what's in this document. And you can click through, as you saw me do, on the left-hand side, or you can click the arrows up here to go from page to page. So the calendar is not up yet, but I'm going to show you in a different course what that'll look like. Essentially, you'll have what we're doing in class, what homework is due, and what will come up the next week. So it'll look kind of like this. Okay, so that's the syllabus, and the calendar will be there for you as well when we meet in person in a week or so. The monthly calendar view shows you week to week. Oops, I just clicked out of it. The monthly calendar view shows you week to week what we're doing. So you can see here all of my classes in all their different colors. For you, it'll look the same for whatever classes you are taking. So it's really nice that once the assignments are up and loaded, you'll be able to see what we're doing for the whole year, what pages you need to read, what journal or discussion forums you have, the paper that you're going to write at the end. All of that will be loaded in here, and you'll be able to click and go straight to that assignment. For me, it says edit, but for you, it'll say go to assignment. And if you like having that monthly view where you can see everything and know what's coming up, if you have a planner, you can enter all the things in the planner, and hopefully that'll help you plan things out for your semester. So the next tab is lessons and assignments, and as you can see right now, for you guys it says coming soon, stay tuned, under construction. It won't be by the time we meet, but again, I just wanted you to have a look at what this will kind of look like for you. So the lessons and assignments is basically where you can find everything, and I'm going to show you in this other class. Here we have week to week. For our class, we're going to do 5 units, 1 unit for each book. But when I click into the thing, the calendar information will be there telling you what homework's due each week for that unit. Any additional readings will be there. Any lecture notes will be there. So if you miss class, the lecture notes will be there for you. Sometimes I'll have some additional readings, particularly when we talk about the culture of an area. And then you will have your assignments underneath that. So that's basically how that's going to be structured. Calendar information, what's due when, lecture notes, additional readings, and then those assignments. Sometimes there might be a video, something for us to watch in class, or something to watch on your own. But basically, that's it. That'll be what it looks like for each unit. So let me shrink this for just a second. So what are our units? Well, we are looking at 5 books from all different areas of the world. The first book we have is Things Fall Apart, which is a book by a Nigerian author, and we're going to talk about his influences and the history of turmoil in the country that kind of led him to write this book. It has a history of colonialism, different countries coming in and taking over. So he's trying to show what the tribes were like in that region before the European influences come, and then once the Europeans come in, what happens to the tribes and the people's lives and how they're affected by it. Then we're going to look at Like Water for Chocolate, which is a book by a Mexican author, and we will talk about magical realism. In this book, it takes place during the Mexican Revolution, so a little bit of history in there as well. I'm super excited to talk about that. And it is a love story, so a little bit of a shift from the war and discord of Things Fall Apart, which also does follow a family, but quite a different tone for Like Water for Chocolate. After that, we're going to be looking at a book from South Korea called Please Look After Mom, and this is a story about a mother who has gone missing and has dementia, and all of her family members and how they react to that. So there's a lot there about old Korean traditional values and how Korea has changed since the 1940s, 1950s. It's going to be really interesting, and I think we're going to have quite a bit to talk about their family structures and a lot of comparisons for life here as well. After Please Look After Mom, we're looking at a book called The Call by an Irish author, and it's a science fiction story, so I tried to pick all different types of books for you guys. So a little bit science fiction, a little bit like The Hunger Games, some Irish folklore in there, and a little bit about post-colonialism, which we'll talk about what that is and how that has affected that region. And also, the main character in that book has a physical disability. So it's kind of interesting. We're going to talk about the tradition of disabilities in literature and how this author kind of tries to twist those traditions for a more contemporary audience. I don't want to give too much of the plot away with that one, but I think it'll be an interesting read. And then we're going to finish up with Persepolis, which is by an author who is originally from Iran and then went to live in France. And it tells her story. It's a memoir or an autobiography and a graphic novel at the same time. And it tells her story of living in Iran during the Iranian Revolution and what that was like for her as a girl, how she was sent away from her family and her parents, and then what happened to her when she left, and then eventually how she reunites with her family and all of that. So we get to see this little girl go from about 5 to, I think it ends when she's about 25, maybe 30. So it's quite an interesting story. There's some stuff there about coming of age. Again, some recent history to talk about, and certainly some parallels that can be drawn to what's going on today. So that's what we're going to be looking at through the class, and I just want to show you the rest of Blackboard. I don't know that we'll have discussion forums. I set up that link just in case we have a week or two where maybe we have to be at home. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully we'll just be in person and talking to each other. And if that's the case, there won't be anything there. Your grades, you can always go in and check your grades. Again, I'm in a different class just showing you what this looks like when it's set up. You can see the due dates for everything here. The number comes up, whatever your score was, and then sometimes there'll be a little bubble, not all the time, but sometimes there'll be a bubble there and it'll have my comments, and you can click on that to read my comments. So sometimes it'll be a suggestion, what you need to work on, and other times it'll be kudos, here's what you did well this week. And maybe it'll be a mixture of both. Email, you can email me directly from Blackboard. You can also talk to me in class. Starfish I can't open because if I did, you'd see private student information, but it's a retention tool, and basically that means it's there to help you stay in school and do well. So if you need tutoring and you want to raise your hand, or you need to meet with an advisor, you don't know who to get in contact with, you can click on Starfish, find out your advisor's name, find out your teachers' information, find their phone numbers, and you can also ask for help with tutoring and other things of that nature. So that's basically our course. Homepage has the announcements, what's coming up, and also those links for the learning centers. Syllabus and calendar will have the rules and information for the class, and of course the calendar information, what's due when. The monthly calendar view, you will be able to see things month by month basis. The lessons and assignments, you'll be able to see each unit and what will be coming up. And then if we need discussion forums, we will add them. And otherwise, we'll just have great discussion in class. You can always check your grades. You can always email me. And if you need any help with Blackboard, that's there for you as well. So I know that the class wasn't quite complete yet, but it will be when we meet in person. And if you have any questions at that point, you can just ask, because we'll be face to face. And that's it. I can't wait to see you guys. I'm really excited to teach this class. I think we have some great books. We're going to have amazing discussion, hopefully. And we're going to dive into culture and history and different types of literature. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I'll see you in about a week. Thanks, everybody.